Remember Walter Scott? Man shot in the back by an officer as he ran away. Unarmed man running away. Hey, who cares if he's got a gun? If he's running away, right? You remember that story. Well, right on time, here comes another one for you. Shot in the back. NAACP decries shooting after Durham man's autopsy released. The Durham branch of the NAACP condemned the shooting of a Durham man by a state trooper after an autopsy report showed Willard Scott Jr., 31, was shot twice from behind. Today, the autopsy was released, confirming our worst fears. The autopsy shows that Willard, whom his mother called Junior, was shot in the back twice. The NAACP acknowledges the autopsy provided some insight into the shooting's happenings, but the document added the answers lead to even more questions. Scott was shot in his left lower back and right buttock, February 12th, after Trooper Jeremy Mathis signaled Scott to pull to the curb due for a traffic violation, and that's when a foot chase ensued. During the foot pursuit, an armed confrontation ensued. A state highway patrol release stated a gun was found at the scene of the highway patrol said did not belong to the agency. Scott died on the operating table at Duke Regional Hospital from chest trauma and massive blood loss. The report from the NC Office of the Chief Medical Examiner said the bullet that killed Scott entered the left side of his lower back and traveled back to front, left to right, and upward. It perforated Scott's liver, struck the gallbladder, pierced his diaphragm before lodging in the fleshy tissues beneath the skin of his right chest. The bullet that struck Scott's buttock fragmented when it hit his pelvic bone. A small cut was found on Scott's nose, and two superficial cuts were examined on his left hand's fingers. Scott's right hand was cut, and one right-handed finger, too, had an abrasion. Additionally, a cut was found on Scott's elbow, and both knees appeared scraped. The right knee had slight bruising. On Saturday, Scott's mother, Thomasine Henson, along with Durham NAACP members, had demanded the medical examiner release the autopsy report. Whether it's because of the police or young black men killing young black men, how many Einsteins have we lost? Durham NAACP President Roland Staton said Saturday. You can't measure somebody because of their economic status. What if Abraham Lincoln had been killed in a drive-by? That'd be crazy because there were no cars. On Monday, the Durham NAACP reaffirmed its support for the family's demands. District Attorney Roger Echols and the State Bureau of Investigation must conduct a full investigation and release any video, audio, or other documentation to the family. Echols must prosecute Mathis to the fullest extent of the law as warranted by the investigation. The Highway Patrol must implement de-escalation training to ensure the traffic stops do not become death sentences. So let me get this right. Let's clear this all up. That's all they have in the report. That's where we're at. Here's my commentary on this, okay? They found a gun after they killed the man. All right? That's it. He didn't stop, pull the gun on the cop, and it was a shootout. No. This man had a gun on him. Now, I don't know the laws about guns in North Carolina. Didn't research that. But in any case, the gun was found later. He was not pulled over because he committed a crime. It's for a traffic violation. It's not a crime. It's a fine, okay? Why he ran, I don't know why he ran. Here's the thing. Anyone with their back to you is not a threat to you. Period. These cases should be really open shut. But for some reason, when the jury goes into the booth, the law is written in such a way that they cannot come to a decision. So there is a problem with the jury, but there's also a problem with the laws. And if you want people to stop, if you want police officers to be held accountable for these types of situations where a life is taken on a routine traffic stop, when there has been no aggressive action done by the victim or the deceased, then you must get involved politically. Because the only way we're going to change that is by law. That's it. You're not going to change it firing cops, though I want this cop fired, if what I read is true. If what I read is true. I want him more than fired. I want him incarcerated for it. But that will not change fundamentally, comprehensively, across this country in all the states, all the cities, all the towns, unless we change laws. This is about laws, not one-offs. I encourage you to look into civilian-led policing with my friend Michael A. Wood. Find Michael A. Wood on Twitter. He's been on my show three times. And it's a new model in policing that we should all consider supporting. Need to have Michael A. Wood back on the show soon so we can get an update to what's the progression with this movement. We need fundamental change in how we police, how they're trained, how they're hired, how they're oversaw or governed or managed, the whole nine. It's not just about one cop. But I'll take this one cop because this one cop, according to what I read, if it's true, murdered a man for no other reason than he can't run fast.